Hello, you guys, and welcome to Reviews with Whitney D. I am Whitney D. Let's get into this, shall we? It's just my view. Hey, I digress. It's exciting. All right, you guys. Hello, hello. I am doing much better. Thank you guys that were asking me and they were in my DM just, saying hope you feel better and giving me topics in which to discuss. Okay, so this video, as you guys notice, is titled Unpopular Opinions. Now, these may be favorable opinions in some cases to people, but in regards to some topics, I chose for a while not to tap on them, not to discuss them because I try to be neutral. Well, you guys know I speak my mind, but I try to be lighthearted, a lighthearted channel that doesn't really just get real serious all the time. Now I give my little advice on tidbits, but I try not to be so, ooh. And that's not because I'm afraid to go against the grain or anything like that, but I mean, some stuff I just be like, okay, like, whatever. I'm gonna let everybody else get on that. I just want to stick to my little reviews and just keep to my little self. But I've been asked on my Facebook platform several times to discuss different topics because people tend to, I guess, like my honesty on it. And that's what I'm gonna give you. That's why I titled this particular video Unpopular Opinions, because this may be unpopular in regards to my perspective, my view. Yet again, like I just stated, this is my perspective, my view, my opinion. Do not get offended by my opinion in 2019. Okay. So you've been warned. And you can feel free to go to the next video or just unsubscribe. Okay. I mean, hey, either way, But let's get into this, okay? So first and foremost, this topic to me, I was kind of excited to discuss, to be quite frank and honest with you, because as a married woman, is things that we kind of go I guess we kind of experience. I myself, not in this marriage, can say that I've experienced infidelity. But in my last marriage, my first marriage, I did. I was able to go through that and be that wife that was experiencing it. And as traumatic as it was, there was life lessons learned in that situation. So, in regards to this particular subject of unpopular opinion, we're going to be discussing Lovely Mimi and Just Brittany. Okay. Now, if you guys aren't aware of this story, I'm just gonna give you a little backstory on it. I don't know full details and stuff like that. That's not me. If you're looking for a channel that's gonna be Inspector Gadget on these celebrity gossip stuff, that ain't me. Now, I will dig deep for my little 90-day fiance and all that stuff like that. But this stuff, I just really don't care that deep to get on into it. But anyway, so here's the thing. So Lovely Mimi and Just Brittany were friends, right? They were cordial. I mean, I would say they were friends because hell, this girl, Just Brittany, was staying with Lovely Mimi. Mind you, Lovely Mimi has been married to or was married to her husband for 13 years or 10 or 13 years or something like that. They have children and all that. They were actually on Love and Hip Hop together and everything. They didn't have no drama behind them where he was cheating and all this stuff like that. Pretty decent. And if you don't know who Lovely Mimi is, she is a I want to say an IG personality. Uh, Comedic. She actually talks or does a lot of reenactments of her culture, because I think she's Filipino or Asian or something like that, and what other stuff. But she acts like a lot of the nail techs and things like that. And, I do nail for you, honey, and all that stuff like that. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, um, she got real close with Just Brittany. Let the girl come stay with her and stuff like that. Well, she had already been having marital issues and things to that nature. I want to say that I'm not sure if it was. during this whole shabacle with her husband, just Brittany started messing around with him, and or it was after lovely Mimi and her husband went their separate ways, Brittany stepped in or whatever. Either way it go, here's the scenario. Here's where I get into my opinion in this, okay? There is a such thing as a code, okay? There is a such thing as respect, okay? And be it that lovely Mimi and her husband went their separate ways or had their disagreement. Sidebar, just to add this, it was a time where lovely Mimi tried to get just Brittany to join in some sexual activities, some, I guess, a threesome or whatever, and just Brittany declined. So I say all that to say that you know, lovely Mimi was saying loyalty and things like that, and some people, which was very ignorant, was like, well, she doesn't owe you any loyalty, you was trying to bust her down too. Here's the thing in regards to that, okay? First and foremost, that's why you don't open your bedroom, okay? People begin their Bible verse misconstrued and say that the bed is undefiled. You idiots, okay? Let me break that scripture down for you. That means that as you share that bed with your significant other, not with three, four, five, six different people, ignorance, okay? Meaning that before you become a husband or wife, the bed is defiled. You're having sex with this person, and it's fornication, okay? So that's what that means, okay? Doesn't mean that you can have Felicia, Rodney, and all them up in your bed, you ignorant. It just means that you're able to indulge with your significant other, and the bed is undefiled, meaning you guys are not, being foul in the sight of God. It is good. God wants us to have sex with our spouses, okay? And the reason why he doesn't want us to have sex out of marriage is because there's a lot of stuff that plays factors to when you do that, okay? I'm a living proof and witness of that. A lot of soul ties and spiritual connections that you have with people, but I'm not going to get that deep, okay? Anyways, so that's why I say you ain't supposed to do stuff like this, because she felt like, girl, please, you know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, you wanted me anyway. So I guess they developed, her husband and just Brittany developed some kind of relationship, in the midst of everything that was going on. And some way, shape, or another, her husband ended up over with just Brittany, staying in her house. And so lovely Mimi was trying to fight just Brittany and all that stuff like that, just saying, respect and this and that and third, which I get it. Okay. But here's my thing. Okay. And like I said, this is where the unpopular, probably, perspective will come in. Now, I don't absolutely at all blame lovely Mimi for being upset and wanting to go there with just Brittany. Just Brittany is out of order. If this ever reaches her, that's foul. Okay. And to be honest with you, I don't know her like that, but word on the street is that that's just her type of MO. But I don't really go off of that, because people love to, whenever I was growing up and back in the day and stuff like that, would put labels on me that didn't even know me. That I mean, I didn't contest a lot of the stuff. I just was kind of like, well, whatever. Now, I did have some bad experiences and did do some things in my life that I regret, but people put so many different labels on people, so it's like whatever. But in regards to just Brittany, the thing is that you got to be the person that's not going to prove a person right. You know what I'm saying? So it comes to a point to where you mature and you go old enough, and these rumors and things coming around you, you have to live beyond that. You have to live past that. And so this is kind of lovely Mimi's way of saying, see, they were true. See, that's what people was telling me about you. You know what I'm saying? And this really sucks. So my thing is that I don't fault lovely Mimi at all for wanting to get at just Brittany, but the thing is that, honey, you kind of open this up. You open this up. That's why you see a lot of people when they have threesomes and stuff like that, that person end up getting with the other person, and they get with each other behind the other person back and stuff like that. You open that Pandora box. You know what I'm saying? And they never did it, but it kind of made her comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's real shiesty when people do that. I myself, when I was younger, just to be transparent and expose myself, I did that on several occasions. For one, I was young. Would I do that now in my older age? No, But I hurt a lot of people in the process. And in regards to my the one I got pregnant by at 16, the father of that child was actually a relative of mine's ex boyfriend, and I was in a time of my life where I kind of was trying to, I guess, prove my worth, if you will. But I mean, at that age, you really don't know your worth. You just feel like you're owed certain stuff and you deserve certain stuff. You feel like, oh, you are untouchable. You can dominate the world, and hurt people. And in the process of me doing it, I hurt a relative, and we've since spoke about that, and we moved past that, and I did a lot of stuff in my past that I regret because I didn't know my self-worth, and I was a youth. And that's why I tell people to this day, if they get to changing laws and stuff like that, it's gonna be a lot of chaos around here because at under, well, shoot, at 18 nowadays, you're not you don't your comprehension level isn't there. You know what I'm saying? And so, anyways, but yeah, so I just feel that, just Brittany, she's out of order in regards to this situation. And I get where lovely Mimi is upset in regards to about it, but sorry. A person is only gonna do something that you allow them to do to you. You open that Pandora box up for one, and for two, you were already going through a situation with your husband on several occasions. And now you want to sit there and you want to say how dusty he is and all this stuff. And then third, that's something I will never do. I don't care how bad the situations get with my husband or what have you. I would never put him out there. I don't care how bad it get. And she said that she wanted to protect her family. You're supposed to do that through and through. These kids are going to be able to look back on this stuff and hear all this stuff. So yes, it's okay to address the situation, but you gotta be very, very gentle in regards to subjects touching on the children's father and things to that nature. But anyways, that's that on that in regards to Mimi and just Britney's situation. Next is another topic that I'm quite excited to talk about, and it's the whole Kanye West and this whole church movement, if you will. Okay, now if you guys have not heard, Kanye West has been doing this like spiritual tour, if you will, just setting up shop in different cities and different states, and just praising God and things like that. Well, I ran across a clip of one of his services, and a little of it stood out to me. I'm gonna let you hear it, and then I'm gonna get back to my commentary in regards to him.
Nothing to all the power belongs to God. There is nothing. Power belongs to God. You are the only power. You are the only power. He is the only Jesus. Let's be specific. Let's be specific.
Okay, so you were able to hear that little snippet. Okay, now it's been just around in the media like they can't take this man seriously, this, that, and the third. This is where the unpopular opinion comes in. I beg to differ. Here's why. For those that are true followers of Christ who reads the word of God, okay, will know that the disciples that stood with Jesus himself were thugs. They weren't thugs, but you know what I'm saying? They walked the life very well. Okay. All the way up until the time where Jesus was about to lay on the cross. I think what Peter sliced off one of the guards' ears. Okay. They gang, thug, okay? The thing is this though, what I'm trying to get people to understand is that yes, people go back into this man past and bring up the fact that he was talking about selling his soul. But here's the thing, even in that message, if you pay attention, okay, see, the devil always wants to bring up your past. Okay, All right. But if you listen to that message, even in that message, when he was saying that, he said, I sold my soul to the devil. It was a crappy deal. Okay. But he said, at least it came with some toys like Happy Meal or whatever. Right. So, what he was saying in that regards to that, he's saying, yeah, I sold my soul to the devil and I messed up in regards to this situation, you know. Okay, so you fast forward years later, now this man is dealing with a mental illness, which I believe has always been there, especially if you're dealing with bipolarism. And but some things can spike it, okay, doing my little research in regards to it. And I do believe I have family members that have it that just have not been diagnosed because some people don't want to believe that they have such, you know. But anyways, so in regards to him, okay, if you notice, years prior to him coming, it has been adamant that something is wrong with Kanye West. They've portrayed him, and he's portrayed himself to be rather erratical and crazy, if you will. Okay, true as that may be, that does not take away the fact of the matter that he is giving the Lord his praise. And let's be specific. The reason why I wanted you guys to hear that clip is because he specifically called his name, sweetie. It's a lot of people on YouTube and a lot of people around are saying that, oh, we don't know what God he's. Oh, he was very specific. He even said, he said, let's be specific. Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Don't get me started, okay? He specified what God he's serving. Okay. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, he's crazy. Oh, we got to watch him this and the third. And are people glorifying him? And I get that. Only time will tell. You know, only time will tell. And then people want to say, well, he's mixing up music or whatever to make it okay. Let's go to um um Kirk Franklin. Uh-huh. Yeah, we just gonna ignore this man that's been doing this for years. That's how he started here in the in great state of Texas, in Dallas, Texas. I actually went to his church at one point in time that, you know, Kirk Franklin was there or whatever when I was little. But anyways, we're gonna just forget somebody who's built his whole career off of taking jazz and blues and stuff like that and making it into gospel music. We want to just, you know, so now you got somebody who's dealing with a mental illness that found a gateway in Christ. Now he's crazy. Now we don't know to take him seriously and stuff like that when he specifically is he's stating the gospel. Now it's not just a praise and worship service. Now he's on that mic, he's speaking his truth, he's speaking God's truth, he's speaking the gospel. He even stated that, you know, he was distracted by all these things like that, but he's grateful that he's been saved. Now he's crazy, right? That's how it always is, though. That's how it always is. So that's why I said this may be an unpopular opinion in regards to the situation. I don't think he's crazy. I think that he did, uh, you know, make the wrong choice. He did sell his soul and XYZ and all that stuff like that. And now he's coming to himself, you know, and he's trying to rectify that situation. And he's using his platform. Yeah. Sorry, he's famous. He can't help that. At least he's using his platform for, you know, a proper means, if you will. You know, so I mean, only time can tell. People are saying this may turn into a cult. That's what, you know, everybody say in regards to everything. You know what I'm saying? I thought that my church that I stand in now was a cult following because it was just like, why is everybody flocking to it? Why, you know? And then I got it. When it's good, it's good. When the word is good and the word is being taught and you change and lives are changed, and you're changed through it, it can be like a cult feeling. But at the end of the day, it's a center around Christ. Hmm. Now, if you aren't aware of what's going on with Fantasia, she has been gaining some backlash in regards to her remarks on the Breakfast Club about women are not able to get married or find men because they're not wanting to be submissive. And so the thing is that everybody's in uproar, like, ah, submissive, submissive. But that's a lot of those feministic women. Okay. Here's the thing: as a married woman of 5 years, and as a devoted Christian and woman of God, the thing is that I stand with what Fantasia says. And here's why. Because me personally, I've walked that whole life of what she's speaking. she didn't say anything wrong. She wasn't going against the independent woman. She was just saying we have been placed in those situations and having to get those titles for so long that when we meet a man that's willing to be those things and be the head of the household, we don't know how to back off and be in a position of being that woman and letting that man be the head of the household because we're so used to being put in that position to where we're the mother, the father, the provider, the protector, all those things that God did not create us to be. And so the thing is that she got a lot of backlash in regards to that because she's doing it right. Okay. Now everybody want to go back again. That's just like what I was saying in regards to whole Kanye West. We want to go back and dig back into her past and say, well, she's not a good person to be a representation of this verse, this Bible verse, or a representation of that. People grow, people learn, and they when you know better, you do better. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of people kind of move back out of the spotlight, if you will, in regards to getting their self right, and they are not able to expose to you the manifestation of God actually changing their life and being that head in their life, because people do that to people. When they finally get it right and they finally are abiding by what they believe in, it's like, oh, who are you to say something? And the thing is that if it was anybody else, if it was Megan Good or somebody else saying that, then they would be like, oh, I get it. But since it's Fantasia, it's a problem. But the thing is that she didn't say anything wrong in regards to her stance about what she said. And I stand with her because as a woman of God, that's what you want. You want your husband to be the head of your household. You want them to be that father, to their children. Okay. You want them to be the provider so you won't have to work so hard. You want those things. But the way society is set up now, it's set up to where you don't aspire for those things. Or if you do, you're looked at as like, oh, what I'm saying, you need a man type of situation. When, yes, that's what I was created for. I was created to be a helpmeet and to love on that man, to build with that man, to multiply with this man or woman. But society has it to where it's frowned upon it. So what she was saying is that it's like a generational curse. What I'm saying? You saw mama, you saw granny be these strong women, but they were single, struggling, going through, and so you feel like, well, if mama can do it, if granny can do it, I can do it, I'll be okay. But that's not what God created you to be, and that is okay. And the thing is, that's what she was pointing out, and here it is again, the backlash in regards to her actually trying to do something right. And let me break this down before I wrap this up and get to the next and the final topic. In Ephesians, to be specific, Ephesians 5 and 22-33, you know, it states that we're supposed to submit to our husbands, but the husband is supposed to submit to the wife. But women, what we're submitting to is not necessarily our husbands. We're submitting and yielding to the will of God over our husband's life. Therefore, that's why you have to be equally yoked with that man. That's why that man has to be a man of God, because that's what you're submitting to. You're submitting to the God in him. And if he's not a godly man, then absolutely not. You will not yield and be submissive to him, because where is he leading you? Where are you going? Straight to hell. Okay? So the thing is that that's what she's saying. She's not saying to be submissive to every man that you meet and stuff like that, but you got to know that he has those godlike qualities. He has to be that husband, and he has to be leading you guys somewhere. And God will give you that discernment to know thereof. And if not, you better seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all of his righteousness, and all those other things, husband, will be added unto you. And that's what she was saying in regards to being submissive. And that's the reason why a lot of us, and I say us because that was me at one point in time. When I met my husband, I was that independent woman. I didn't think I needed him and wanted him and all this stuff like that. I could do by myself. And we can. We know we can. But that's not why God created us. He created us to multiply and be submissive to our husbands. And by way of being submissive, you're respecting and you're abiding by the will of the Lord. So when you're submitting to your husband, you're respecting the Father. And when you're being unsubmissive or insubmissive to your husband, you're disrespecting the Lord. So you Christian women or women of God, proclaiming and professing that you are women of God and you're queens and things like that, that's what God is asking you to do. That's in the word of God, to be submissive to yield to your husband. But it also says that husband, you're supposed to do the same. Okay, you're supposed to do the same. So let's not get it misconstrued that it's a one-way street. But anyways, I digress. Don't get me preaching up on this page. Let's go to the next topic. But anyways, that's my opinion on that. Now, this is the topic. This next topic is a topic that I was really not nervous, but I really didn't want to touch on it because I didn't really want to offend people because I have friends near and dear, wide in all kind of different genres, and I sound like one of those white people saying I have black friends. But anyways, this topic is about Malik Yoba. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, this man has been in the news for his choice to come out with some support in regards to the trans experience. Here's my thing in regards to it. Okay, first off, he's going out here saying that he's a heterosexual man. Sir, you are not. Okay, and oh, if you didn't know, I'm into my unpopular opinion about this topic. Okay, you are not, okay? And I wish people would stop doing stuff. Like the thing is that the reason why it's so hard for society to get on the bandwagon in which the LGBT community, or shall I say the alphabet community, is repping is because you guys are forceful. You're very forceful. And the thing is that um it is some very ugly people out here in this world that are doing some very ugly things, but that's not everybody, okay? Just like with alphabet people, they're all aren't as aggressive, you know. You got some people that are in the community who are like, oh my gosh, these people are doing too much. But anyways, in regards to Malik Yoba, okay, he wants to, put it out there like, yeah, he's heterosexual, but then in the same breath you turn around and you say in an interview, it's like you forget what you said. You know what I'm saying? And people like that irritates me, but he stated in one interview that, he was younger looking at a magazine or something like that, and that this person had breast and a penis. You was attracted to that. That's not heterosexual. Heterosexual man likes vagina. Born and raised vagina. Okay? And when he was on the whole Breakfast Club, I was just like kind of confused with the whole thing because it was like the stuff that they were saying. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Sorry, but excuse me, if this ever reached that person that was on there, whatever your name is, dude with the glasses, you sound ignorant because you mean to tell me that the doctor told me that I'm a female and that was it. That's why all this putting this cis in front of, no, I'm a woman, born and raised, period. Okay, there ain't no cis in front of me or none of that. Okay, and that's fine. You guys that are all on the bandwagon of that, that's absolutely fine with you. But I love who I am and who God created me to be, and I think that is courageous in this time and age when people are steady telling me that I'm not enough. But I digress. Um, what were they doing, Mr. Man, before they were doctors? Yeah. And furthermore, if I can recall, they're just reading off a screen. Even if you want to go back to like sonogram texts and stuff like that, they're not putting penises on kids or vaginas on babies. They're just reading off of when that baby open their legs and they make it to be known that that's what's down there. Or when we push and give life, they don't slap the baby on the butt and say, "Oh, you have a penis." So I mean, here's your penis. I declare you be a male. You ignorant. Y'all better. See, this is why topics like this I don't like to discuss because it's just ignorant. But anyways, in regards to Malik Yoba, okay. Um, this is my thing, dude. Okay, you come out and there's nothing wrong, and it was something that was mentioned by the trans that came out about him. Um, that's fine. You want to be supportive of the community, but it's not okay for you to support the very community that you are damaging, sir. And if you notice, I don't know if you guys don't find this to be weird, but it's rather weird to me. The very community that you are rah 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 and going so hard for are dissing you, bruh. We can go to all the different transgenders that have been coming out and saying, dude, shut up. We don't want your support. Or better yet, be 100%. You know what I'm saying? And I stand with that. It's like, okay, you know, um, say for instance, in regards to a situation, let me just be very just surface level with it. Okay, Whitney, I support you or whatever, but let me just be honest and say, before I knew you or before I could get close to you, I talked about you. I talked about your eye. I talked about you being ugly. Let me just put that all out there before it come out. Yeah, that's how you do it. Yes, I support the trans experience. And when I back in the day, I did some things that may have went against the movement, and I do apologize. And that's why I'm standing up now and I'm showing my support, because I want to move past that. I want to be better than that. I want to get understanding. No, you're sitting up here going out here like you're just doing something, you super saver. But this is the very community that you were messing with when you were messing with them at 13 and however old you're old. You're out of order, sir, and you need to sit down and take several seats, sir. Nobody's checking for you. Nobody was checking for you. And I'm tired of you trying to be a representation of the straight male when you're not. The men that we have that love us as biological women are enough. Me as a biological woman, I am enough. I don't have an issue with any transgender, gay, lesbian, or whatever you choose to be. You are grown. That's your choice. But I have an issue when you try to force your views on me. And that is what is going on in this time and age. You cannot be against anything. You can't really too much have an opinion about anything without you being some kind of phobia, to it. I'll probably have people all on my comments too, and I don't care. But anyways, that was my unpopular opinion about Mr. Malik Yoba. Okay. And furthermore, sir, before I wrap it up, you don't do that to your family. Okay. You don't do that to your family. You prepare and warn your kids. That's why, shoot, when I got into a relationship with my husband, my now husband, when we were dating, I put all my dirt out there. Cause I didn't want nobody to be like, oh yeah, I did this. Your girl did it. No, he already know. Got it. Thank you. He heard it from the source, and that's why when you truly stand in your truth, then no one can really come up against you with anything, because it's just like, okay, well, whatever, we already know that he confessed that. You still are in denial in regards to it, so you're digging yourself a deeper hole. And y'all, did y'all see that the Breakfast Club, the the thumbs down was more than the thumbs up, because everybody was confused after that. Everybody. If you guys read the comments, I was like, oh my God. Like, I'm just like, oh goodness. I was here for the comments too, but I don't know. I do not know. That's the video, you guys. But tell me what you think down in the comments below. What do you think in regards to the whole lovely MiMi and just Britney situation? Do you think that lovely MiMi had any fault in the whole dynamics of just Britney getting with her husband? Or do you feel that this was all just Britney? She was out of order. She was not a good friend. Tell me what you think about that. Did I hit it on the head or did I miss this one? And then also tell me what you think about Kanye West. Are you here for his turnaround and his whole praise and worship and potential church? Do you think that it'll eventually turn into a cult following? Um, you know, or do you just feel like that, he's just doing too much and he's crazy and this is another money scheme? And then also tell me what you think about the whole Malik Yoba situation. Are you here for it? You saying good for him, coming and showing his support and, being as transparent as he can and trying to understand and, like he says, lean in is ignorant too. Or do you feel like sit down, take a seat, take several seats, you know what? Take all the seats. How about we just fill your residence up with as many seats as it can fill, and you just pop your butt in each one of them and take all the seats that you can contain. But I don't know. Tell me what you think down in the comment below. How you like this segment of unpopular opinion about things? You want to hear my perspective on a few other topics? If so, let me know what you think down in the comments below. While you're there, take out the time to like, share, and subscribe. If you are already a subscriber, thank you so very much. If you are not, do not forget to click the subscribe button so you can be a part of the family, okay? Either way, do not forget to click that notification bell so you will know every time I upload. And thank you again so very much. It's been real. And this has been Reviews with Whitney D. I'm Whitney D signing off. Bye. I digress. Signing off. Deuces.